Hello, hello. Good evening. Let me see. Does this work? Yeah. Good evening. I'm Anja Bakker. This is Sean the Harp. I think we can see. There he is. Jerry the Stick. And all together, we are the Flouting Harper. And we are walking from here to Jerusalem. Here's my thing, Dorothy. Let me check this now. Is that a bit better? Oh, look, we're cleaner. Now, open this curtain a little bit more. Okay, I am in the Remagen, the Apollinaris Kirche. And this is the view. This is the view over the Rhine. As you can see the reflection of my plastic bags that I've taken out. That's the Rhine, and as you can see, the Rhine is really low. It's lower than it has been in years. It's lower than it has been in years. I'm going to get some water as well. So yeah, it is day 123. So I'm Anja. This is Sean the Harp. There is Jerry the Stick. I can do this. Jerry the Stick. And together we are the Flouting Harper. It is day 123 of From Here to Jerusalem. Walking from West Cork with a harp on your back to Jerusalem. We've done it before. We've walked from West Cork to Santiago and West Cork to Rome, respectively 2010 and 2018. And now it's 2022. It really is. 2022. And we're walking to Jerusalem. And we walked through Ireland, through England, through Holland, and we had a week rest in Cologne in Germany, and we started walking 2 days again, and I kind of mixed up the way I'm doing things because I have the feeling that I was chickening out of the actual challenge, which is to be in the community, be with the people on the road, along the roads, while I head to my destination. So I've been walking up the Rhine. I'm on my way. This next leg from Cologne is heading to Bingen. So I did. I walked the Jakobsweg or what we would call the Camino bit from Nijmegen to Keulen, and now I'm doing the Rhine-Palatine way, which is also Jakobsweg, and which goes all the way to Worms, which is the most holy moly place in the whole of Germany. But I'm going to go as far as Bingen. I finally kind of, up to Keulen, I was walking through the Ruhr for a lot of it, and I kind of chickened out of my challenge, which is to just travel. My big thing is divine providence, so I normally don't use a lot of money. The harp has to work, and I have to work. We have to sing and play and meet as many people and play more and make our way to our destination, because my thing is people and not institutions. So I feel I chickened out a little bit in the Ruhr, and then I arrived in Cologne, and I think because there was a bit of badness in me, what I haven't been telling you is that I developed an abscess in my loin, and it's been very painful, to say the least. It's been very hot, so that doesn't help. Lucky for me, the abscess, it's open now, so it's oozing, it's emptying out nice and slow, but it's going to take a little while, and there's another heat wave on the way. Woohoo! And I'm back on track. I'm not calling motels anymore in a kind of half state of panic in the afternoon because I'm afraid of sleeping on the banks of the Rhine. Because that's what was happening. I was developing fear, which is not my thing. And even saying it makes me fucking, excuse my French, beep. It makes me tearful. Because that defeats the purpose of what I do. It defeats the challenge that I have. It defeats the learning curve that I am on. The whole thing is about meeting people and learning about who I am and how I am, and I'm trying to learn about what our place is in the world, and I'm making the point that most of you are really living a life that I honestly don't think any of us should be living. We're ruled by money, the economy, and what we think other people think of us. So I don't want to live my life like that. And I've learned over the past 2 journeys that there is a place for all of us, that forgiveness makes everything good, and love rules the world. It really, really, really does. Well, obviously it doesn't rule the world right now because most of us are not living in the love that is there for all of us. Now, I won't go all voodoo on you, but what I will say is that it's all good now because Anja's back on track. I like this doing something funny. So this yesterday I walked from Wesseling to Bad Gotthensburg, and I encountered my first hills, and it finally together with the abscess in my loin, and it's on the right hand side, and every time I take a step I go I finally found my vulnerable spot in me. I remember the last journey, I think it was day 40, and I was in tears, and finally day 123, here I am. There's been water coming out of my eyes all day long, because I feel that I let myself be lured into this sense of dependency, which I've never felt before, and I don't like it. So abscess open, all good. Me crying, also all good, because it means that there is movement. I'm getting better. So last night I stayed the night with Frau Paus and her husband, Susanne Paus, and he works for Deutsche Telekom, and she is a doctor who now mainly does, as she calls it, soul work with people. So she's a soul doctor, and she wiggled those tears out of me, all right. So she suggested that I would come to the Apollinaris-Kirche here in Remagen. And Rosie, remember Rosie who I met in Noise, she had suggested the same thing. So here I am. I didn't go over the hills today because I didn't have the crying started this morning. And I didn't have the heart to do another set of climbs. It's warm, it's very warm, and it actually didn't get as warm as I thought it would get, but it's getting warmer, and I didn't have the energy or the heart to go climbing. So I walked along the Rhine here, on and off on a big road. So it was a real challenge because I had traffic, which I don't like anyway. And then there were these lovely bits on the cycling paths. And because I was so I was feeling so vulnerable. I was also getting really angry at a lot of the cyclists. So my Dutch person came out, and I was cursing a lot. I was giving out to a lot of the bike riders who I felt were being really rude to me. You know, I'm a slow moving vehicle with a big harp on my back, and there was a lot of klingelen of things, and there were a lot of people who didn't greet me back, and I wasn't very good about it today. Normally I am, because a smile costs nothing, and you could change somebody's day by just smiling at them. Today I just wanted to slap them around, to be honest. So it was a tough one. So a few days ago, when I left Cologne, that is 2 days ago now, is it? I left Cologne on Sunday. Today is Wednesday, I think, and today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday, because yesterday there were a lot of bakeries weren't open. So today is Tuesday. So first day I met Anja and her husband, and I stayed in Westling with this funny guy, and then yesterday I stayed with House, and tonight I'm staying with an order. There's only two. There's a priest and a nun here, and this place was built originally. The church was built originally by the Furstenbergs. Isn't there a Furstenberg somewhere in the royal family in the Netherlands? I think there is. After there was a Romanesque church, but in the French Revolution it was taken down. It came apart. The whole thing came apart in the 18 somethings. The von Furstenbergs, they built another neo-Gothic church here, and that is what it is. It reminds me very, very much of the Krijtberg in Amsterdam. It has the same type of frescoes, the same style of building. It's really neo-Gothic in every sense. It has so it feels very much at home for me. And this order lives by divine providence. Yes. Oh, so they're my kind of people. So I had dinner today with the nun, and we had a good old chat, and I had a good old cry. I had a good old cry this morning with Frau Paus as well. I've got some stuff to work through, and the physical thing, it's uncomfortable, but I can get over that. I'm very, very grateful, to be honest, for the past few days, because my theory about that it's better for me to just be out in the community is absolutely true, because that is where everything moves. I feel that I was really complacent during the period that I was moving along the Rhine at the Ruhr side, and I don't want to be that person, and I don't want to travel like that. So I'm good now. I'm good now, and I'm just gonna keep going and cry it out. So I went and sat through the rosary today, and I walked along the Rhine, and I was looking at the Rhine, and it's unbelievable that my entire life, I have known the Rhine to be like this big, big river that is like feeding everything, and I've been really shocked by what I saw in the Ruhr. It's the same again as with Ireland with the wood crops, like the devastation that they are causing, that industries are causing, and that people are saying it's okay because what you're going to do about it. Do you know what? What we're going to do about it is that we're going to stop doing it, because that is what we should be doing about it. And so ever since I've seen it, the Rhine is just sinking. There's less and less water in there. There's an actual beach everywhere now. So Don't listen to me, don't stop it, and get what you get, which is this, what we're looking at. Really, really horrible, bad weather. Like, I don't want to sound like the old, the priests and stuff in the Middle Ages when the pest came and it went like, repent. But you know what? Wake up, like, because it's pretty shocking what I've been seeing out there. But I'm not the one contributing to it, because I don't participate in the system, remember? So I'm just really grateful with everything that is there. But I'm sad that now that I'm finally here to see the Rhine in all its splendor. And yesterday, the husband showed me an entire book full of songs with about how beautiful the Rhine is. And today I'm walking along, and there is train after train after train with dangerous substances coming by and big industrial stuff. There's a big road that goes by it as well on the left side, on the left hand side, and then you've got bits of beautiful cycling paths. And when it's beautiful, it is truly stunning, and when it's not so beautiful, it is really ugly. So again, wake up. Like, it's really ugly. Like the life that we live, with all that stuff that everybody wants, it makes for really ugly things. In order to have all of that, really ugly things are created, and people have to live in beautiful places made ugly by these industries. And I've been thinking about it all day. Like, I walked by Barn and Barn, I walked by Shell. Do you know what? I don't care what anybody says. That stuff should not be around. Anybody says that, that science is always right and they make all these amazing medications, you should see how it is made and where it is made and how and what restrictions they manage to not live by, because they can keep you alive longer. It's crazy. It's crazy. And everybody who thinks that is okay, in my book, is a little bit lula. So now, enough of that. So the Rhine is really low, the weather is really hot, and it's getting hotter. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna leave here not really early, because there is something I'd like to do at 9 o'clock. And I've been trying to make good by playing in the garden here. There was a lot of when I arrived here at the feeling there's a sadness here. There's a sadness here, and I sat outside, and I did my hours of playing, and I've tried to take some of that away. I've been listening to a lot of the stories along the way. There is so much sadness in this world at this moment in time, and it's starting to get to me. So I realized that I've not really been looking after myself well enough, so I hadn't been touching my feet, which I had said I would do every day. Like, there's a few things I should do every day. Play harp, touch my feet, make sure they're okay, wash the salt off my body and from the sweating, and spread love and joy with playing music. So I sat outside and I played until it went quiet. There was a lot of very loud music going on. There was a lot of weird stuff, weird sounds and stuff. And all I know is that at the end of playing, it had gone quiet. People had come to the gates and then they'd gone away, and it just went quiet. There was a lot of sad, like when I walked here as well, you have to go underground passage. There was a lot of like weird energy there with lots of kids obviously with nothing much to do but smoke some dope. And I could hear them there earlier as well, and all of it stopped. Took an hour, but it stopped. So all I can hear now are the boats passing by in the Rhine and the trains, and that's really it. Everybody has gone to bed, and I'm doing this update, and I'm feeling really conflicted about many, many, many things. And I feel really sad because all that sadness, I've been and then not looking after myself. I've taken a shower and I've made sure that my skin is looked after. But I suddenly can feel all of it. I feel all that is not right, I suppose. Now, given my age, good chance there's a whole rake of hormones that are going like crazy inside of me. And it's okay. And so it's okay. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go sit through some prayers and stuff, and then I'm gonna go move on. I'm not going to plan anything. I'm just gonna go slowly, slowly, slowly. I am gonna go climbing tomorrow, and hopefully by the end of the day, I will find a place. I will play somewhere. I will find a place to stay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm healthy otherwise. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I've always been strong, and there's no reason for me to not be strong now. I cannot ever tell you that there is definitely a difference between my physicality 4 years ago in 2018 and now. It's not the same animal. And like today there was a woman walking, and there was a heat warning from Bonn. When I came through Bonn yesterday, of course, so I'm not that far away from there. She got really angry with me because I'm walking with the big pack. Loads of people stopped me and asked me whether I was okay. And only the other night he carried the pack and he kept saying like, nah, girls shouldn't be doing this. But like, I can and I will. And because I can, I will. And because I will, I can. It's not rocket science. Like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And I don't care that it's hard. I'm fine with that. Now, my feet are much better. They're much better than they've been. I've been 4 months on the road now. Next month is as much as I know. The furthest and longest I've ever traveled on foot was 5 months. And I've had 2 good breaks, one in Amsterdam and one in Cologne. And I can stay as long as I want in Frankfurt, which is in another 10 days, I think. So I should be able for longer. I should be able for at least double, and I'll need more than that. So I don't know how many kilometers I've done, but it's definitely over 1,400 by now, which isn't that much for. It must be more. It's nearly 1,000 coming to Holland. I should actually look it up. I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I shouldn't care. Sean has been bumbling. He had been mumbling, and he's much better now as well. We seem to be singing off the same hymn sheet again. Today I also saw Sophie Harp studio, and I stood across the road. It was on the Rhine River, and I thought, will I go in And then I decided that no, I wouldn't go in. I'm just going to go on. I want to be with normal people, like people who live everyday lives. I want to be there outside. I want to really be able to make it. I want to be able to to learn whatever lesson is still out there. Like, I'm just really shaken, and I don't know what it is that shook me. I think there is something I'm starting to understand about where I came from, and I'm not really enjoying it. I'm not really enjoying it, but that's okay. Now there's another thing that's kind of, I don't know whether I want to participate in it or not. Like, I always say that I should talk to anybody who wants to talk about what I do, and but I felt today for the first time that there's so many messages the whole time, and I don't really want to talk to anybody right now. I just want to be with the people that are here and not with people that are far, far away. Sure, there's one or two that I want to talk to, but like, honestly, there's people I talk to more than I talk to my daughter. I don't know. Like, my relationship with the world is just not right at the moment. So I'm here, and that's all good. Yeah, the giving out earlier now as well, like in this video, I think I'm just pretty mad at my life and at the world. I suppose that's okay as well. I suppose that's okay. So yeah, the walking was good. It was weird. Like, I walked out of Gothenburg, and like that, there's some stunning houses. The first thing you see is like the Gothenburg Tower, and then there's like all these castles across. Like, it definitely is more beautiful than it was before. It's also opulent. Like, there's castles, there's really big houses, but then there's also a train line with like international stuff going up and down, and all these boats that are bringing stuff. And all of it is not nice to look at. Like, it's all gases and chemicals and sand, building stuff, and iron, and all these beautiful houses, beautiful river, beautiful countryside. I'm suddenly back in the hills. There's hills everywhere, and it's just industry. And although I'm not walking through the industry anymore, it is still there on the roads, on the Rhine, in the trains. I don't know. It just, it makes me sad and mad, and I'm mad at people as well. This, they constantly, whenever I say something about these things, people go like, yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, that is just the way it is. Do we really believe that? And do we really want that? And do we really not have processes to change that? I don't know. So there's a lot of mixed stuff going on. I'm glad now that I did the updates. I had some beautiful views today. I saw some really not so nice things. And then the heat, the dryness, like, there isn't a blade of green grass around here anymore. Everything is yellow. But nothing stops. It just goes on. I suppose until it really, really, really all comes apart. We're just going to keep going. But I'm not participating anymore. Like, I'm just walking to Jerusalem. Because I feel that that is more important, I suppose. So open heart, open mind. If it is important, open the road before me and I will walk it. And so far the road keeps opening up before me. I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling this way. Today I realized, talking to this nun, that loads of people think that most people are bad. Yeah. I seem to be only one of few who doesn't have like all these really bad thoughts. Well, I saw a bit of it today myself with being so angry with the cyclist, but I know that most people who are not friendly are still good people. The only reason they're not friendly is because there is other stuff going on for them, and they can't share the niceness. But most people I interact with are really good people, and I meet a lot of people all the time. But then again, there's no reason for backstabbing and strange stuff. And if people talk about me behind my back, I don't hear it anyway, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. And to be honest, if that were the case, I don't like cowards. If you've got an issue with me, I prefer if you just say it to my face. If you decide to talk behind my back, then no skin off my nose. I honestly, I don't care. And I also have realized that I can say whatever I want because nobody cares anyway. Nobody really cares. Like, there's no, what you gonna do? Cut my income? I got none. So I'm free. And yesterday as well, I was asked, do you really believe you're free? Yeah, I really believe I'm free. By now, I really believe I'm free because I'm free to choose. And I have learned to choose things that are not the obvious ones. Because I've learned to choose the things that are good for me. And if I really look after myself, when the world becomes a better place, if we all would do that, the world would be a really, really good place. Now, I don't quote like God or Hitler or whatever on me because it ain't working. It's not gonna work. I am just so mad today, like so mad and so sad. Just a process. The sun is under. I'm gonna put out my light. I'm glad I played. I'm sure I'll work it out. I don't know exactly what's going on in my head, but I'm sure I'm gonna find out that as well. I'm attributing this thing to hormones rather than to something that's really happening with me, that's really changing. But I'm glad I'm back on track. I'm glad I let go of this idea of that I need to pay for shelter and stuff, and I'd rather sleep out under the stars where we actually belong, all of us, looking at the skies and being outside in nature, conversing with our souls. I'm glad that's where I am again. It makes me feel better. Today was a struggle. It wasn't very far that I walked. I think I walked only 10 or 11 miles. I was very, very tired by the end of it because I've been upset all day. And it was very, very slow. It was very, very slow. And I stopped for coffee along the way. Beautiful little place. Like, there are some amazing houses here from the 18th century. Things built, I'm still near the Limes line as well, so there is a Roman stuff everywhere, which is also wonderful. So Furstenbergs here, they owned all of this and kind of built their own private church, and then it was given to the Bisdom because they have an actual thing of Apollinaire here. What is it? I cannot think now. A bit of bone or something. So it has to be in the public, and yeah. I despair for the world we live in. I despair for the world and the society that we live in. There's not many that can claim that they're righteous. I'd be the last one. I'd definitely be the last one. A lot of it is, a lot of what happens to us in our lives is out of our hands. We cannot choose what happens to us, but we can choose how we react to it. So I'm just going to be upset for tonight, for today, tonight. And tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm going to just try again. Thank you for being here with me. I'm really, really grateful for everything that everybody has done for me. I'm very grateful for the people in my life. I'm very grateful for my child. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be able to work on myself and on the sadness of where I come from and the happiness of where I come from. I'm working for something that is bigger than me. It's not just for me. It's for everything and for everybody as far as I can reach. And tomorrow will be a better day. Thank you for being here. Day 123 from here to Jerusalem, Remagen, Germany. Apollinaris Kirche. And now I'm going to go to sleep. Good night. Good night.